Holy shit. It's a fucking big crab. Have a look at that guy there. Alright, so today I'm going to see if I can get a few mud crabs for a feed. There's been a fair bit of rain about and I don't know what that's going to do for the crabs. So yeah, I've never really tried to walk through the mangroves and get a feed of mud crabs during the wet season. But we'll see what happens. If there's any mud mussels or anything on the way too, I'll grab them. Okay. Alright, so fuck, there's a fair bit of water around. It does look to be a lot of fresh. Yeah, we'll have a look along maybe this bank here. Looks like there's a few holes. I don't know how deep this fucking section here is. I don't reckon there'd be any crocs, surely not. Just gotta watch for your odd stingray, stonefish. Can't be too careful. It does get a bit deep here. For the first hole, that's right here. It's a perfect example of a mud crab hole. Now I don't know if there's anything inside. It does look a bit dead. If there's anything inside here. There's nothing inside that one. One hole here, but I reckon there's nothing in there either. Keep walking through. Oh, here's one, but doesn't look to be that big. It's a bloody deep hole. Wasn't even anything in there back there. That first little hole, that wasn't really my first, but I thought that hole had something in it. Jeez. Felt something knocking up in the back there, but just got pranked. Guys, we'll go and look for some more. So, I've come across this log right here, and no, there could be a crab in here. It's hard to see. Looks like there might be something. I'm going to set this camera up. There's only one way for me to find. Oh yeah, there is a crab in there. There's a big crab in there. Yeah, big dog. Proper big dog. That's a big buck. I'm going to try and push him out the other side. He's fast as fuck. He doesn't want to go back out the other side. I'm trying to get him from maybe this side here. It's a pretty big crab. He's just hunkered down. Oh, this is a fucking big crab. Oh. Holy shit. Fucking big crab. Have a look at that guy there. That's a proper crab. It's a bit of a pain to get to, but fuck, that's a good crab. Real rusty. Just getting cleaned up. Fuck yeah. Woohoo! Anyways. Alright guys. That is a big mud crab. It's real rusty though, so usually when they're this big and they got that sort of a rusty brown colour. This one's a big male. You can always tell by the triangular bib, that little triangle here. That's how you know if they're male. And also the size of their claws. So a lot of the time these big bucks will have these massive claws, and the jennies will have a big body and a smaller claw. But yeah, that'll be good for a feed. I might try and see if I can get another one. I don't have a bag or anything, so I might just pop this guy. I don't know. I might put him upside down or something, cover him in mud. But yeah, good crab. Hey guys, you gotta be careful in doing this sort of stuff, because up here in the NT you get some pretty big crocs and there's a lot of them, so it's always best to stay away from the water's edge. There's a little creek right here, so when you're doing this, usually little creeks like this are probably the best bet at getting crabs, because they can just make holes in the side of the bank here. Now, this right here looks like a very likely hole that a crab could be in. Just one of those holes where you gotta fucking really get up inside there. But I'll come back to this one. Now this is what you're looking for right here. The base of these tree trunks usually hold some big crabs, especially when there's a hole inside them like this. It's always good to poke around. Yep, nothing's on. Nothing in that one. So yeah, we'll go back and check out that one other hole. If there's a crab in there. If there's nothing, then we'll go back to the car and eat some crab. Pretty happy with one crab anyway, but yeah. There's nothing in there. Let's go back. It's a good crab. Just heading back now. I didn't get any more crabs, as you probably saw, but yeah, I'm gonna head back, cook this big boy up, and yeah, I don't reckon he's full, but like he's not A grade, but he definitely got a bit of meat in him. But yeah, he's back at the house. Right, so in this part of the video I forgot to hook up the mic. I'm just taking the crab out of the freezer and put him in there so he can go to sleep. Showing you the crab's a pretty decent sized crab. Here I'm getting ready to clean the crab, so I rip open the bib. You do this so you can get into the shell, or you can take the shell off the carapace. So yeah, here I'm trying to peel the shell off. It was quite firm, so I sort of struggled a bit, but yeah, got it off. I'm just showing you the crab butter inside the head, which I used in the sauce later on. I'm just pulling out the gills and showing you the goose barnacles that you find inside mud crabs. A lot of people think they're parasites, they're just goose barnacles. Yeah, sort of messed up there. The mic wasn't even on, which is no good. I just opened up the crab. And I took out all of the guts. I was just saying, this yellow roe, well, it's not really roe, but this yellow shit right here, I want to keep that, and I'm going to put it into this crab sauce. It gives it a good flavour. Now what you want to do is rinse off the crab. You don't want to be eating mud. And then, yeah, get inside and we'll start preparing these ingredients. So you can see, right, I took out the bum, but yeah, you can see that he's real rusty and he's real, well, he's got his scuff marks from breeding and that, but yeah, it's real dirty looking. And usually crabs like this, they don't really taste too good, but Sometimes I do. Like if he's got a lot of meat, I'll still eat him. But yeah. So you got 1 shallot, some garlic, spring onion. You got some of this parsley, light thickened cream, some of the garlic paste, and coconut cream. That's all we're gonna need for today. Okay, so our shallot's done. Chop up our spring onion. Alright, now, so with this crab, what I like to do with the crab is I just chop the cunt in half. Now, see all that crab butter? I like to keep all of that. With the claws, I'll use the back of my knife here, and that'll give it a nice good crack. I'll just add a little bit of olive oil so that we can fry the shallots. Okay, so now that the oil is all heated up, I'm gonna bring the heat down a bit so you're not burning the shallots. Add my shallots in. Do that little mix up. Ooh. So I like to add a bit of butter inside that. Just let that melt down. And with that, some of this garlic paste. Well, I like to use fresh garlic, like full garlic cloves, but kind of slack to chop up some garlic. Add a good amount in there. I like to put a lot of garlic. Now that you've got your shallots and garlic together, you want to chuck it straight into this bowl here. Now we're going to go cook this crab. For this crab to fit in the pot, I'm going to Alright, once you got all the crab in there, you know, then pour the rest of your butter and shit.
Alright, so I done the same thing here, forgot to hook up the mic, but what I'm doing now is I'm just taking the crab out of the oven. So I put the crab in the oven because obviously you're going to get a better cook instead of just having it in the pan. Now with the leftover butter that the crab was cooking in, I turned it into a sauce. So I added a bit more garlic, I added some more butter, added some salt, mixed it in. And yeah, the stuff from the crab head, like all of that crab juice and that, actually made the sauce pretty good. Just adding the delicious coconut cream, mixing it up, and yeah.
I forgot to put these chilies in, but I'm gonna just chop a bit. So I had this reduced. I'm just gonna put some of that chili. Give it a little bit of spice. You know what I'm saying? And then now, almost done. You just need to put some chopped parsley and the spring onion.
Alright, so I just finished cooking up the crab. Why are you laughing, cunt? Nah, that's alright, just keep it rolling, bro. I just finished cooking up the crab, and like I like to do it a little bit differently. Like I don't have any rice, I usually eat with rice, but today I just got a bit of bread. Well, let me get some of this sauce on here. Alright, so I got a bit of the crab on the piece of bread, and yeah.
I'm gonna eat it, bro.
Good. Put some in the sauce.
The lobsters.
Bro, you got your hands or what?
Yeah. Not even washed, bro. Picking his butt and shit. I got this full claw right here with a bit of that sauce, and yeah.
I was been for a bit of shell, but looks really good. Okay, that's good enough.